My goodness. Good morning. Hi, Luminaires. My name is Jamie Butler. It is 7 a.m. in Atlanta, Georgia. I have rolled out of bed. My daughter and I did a curly hair night. I'm not even going to mess with it. Please enjoy the chaos. Looks like a baby bird nest. But I wanted to be with you guys today to follow up on my guide Charles' stories and challenges he's been providing to me. So I will remind you kind of where we had left off before. Charles is a guide of mine that worked with me back in college. He was the one who really taught me what the now is, about the world inside of a meditation, that it's not so pristine, that you don't have to play. Awesome is the name. Good morning. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Shelly. How's the spirit crew doing this morning? They're pushing my buttons hard. It's Charles that pushes my buttons. Like Grace and Maitland. Maitland challenges me in a way that's funny, that's inspiring, makes you go, oh my God, that's so cute, and I learned something. Grace was always so kind. I mean, she would just tell me the same thing again and again until I got it, until I could understand it. And my guide Charles back in college and now is just like, boom, pushing me on my forehead, just going, wake up. This is why. And so the aha moment today. Hi, Cody from Australia. Hi, Barry. Good morning. Good morning, Brooke and Kate. You have those guides too, Tian? You're laughing your butt off. So I'm ready. I'm happy to see you past my week. Yeah, my past week has been a challenge. It's been up and down for sure. It has. I'm so happy that I've had the classes. So Wednesday we did a live channeling for the Luma-centered group here on the channeled membership. Then yesterday I had the pleasure of teaching Reiki for the first time remotely. And then it took me like an hour and a half to do all of the attunements, which was incredible. I was so zen and just flying high that I called my husband. I was like, hey, I'm coming home. I always call him or text him like, hey, I'm done. I'm coming home. And he was joking around and like, haha. I was like, are you trying to be funny? Because I'm totally zen right now. It's fine. And then there's a CrossFit. This is going to sound so bad, but there's a CrossFit place right next to the center. And they had put their gear in the middle of the road. So you had to drive around it. Big tractor tires. And I mean, the road is for cars. They have a little parking lot or somewhere else. It's just a safety issue, and it makes me crazy because I want people to stay safe. I was so zen. I could have just run them over and kept going, and it just wouldn't have bothered me. That's how zen I was. And I told my husband that, and he goes, damn, that's dark. I was like, I am in such an incredible space. The good, the bad, all that is just gone for that moment in time. I would never run anybody over. I'm just saying that. This is just my deep inner thoughts. I'm crazy and I'm sharing them with you, but I'm not crazy. I've been practicing with my pendulum, and Maitland has been, says Barrett, chiming in every day. Yes. At least I don't have to ask if she's around anymore, which I'm sure was driving her batty. Oh, Regina, good morning. How's your coffee? Hi, Vlad. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Tell B I said hi. Gold Coast, Australia. Oh, Marie. Is it stunning? Hi, Maureen. Curtis, been blessed with a beautiful display of lightning this morning. I miss Florida, right? We're always greeted with wonderful things like that. Self-sufficient. Hi there, your morning visits are now my little sneaky pleasure before I head off to bed. The timing is perfect. Thank you, Nicole. 7 a.m. here. Okay. It's cool to be in that Zen place. It is. I really enjoyed it. Came home, played video games with my kids. Didn't bother me. I didn't have an angst. It was just this melting spot. So how about Raleigh? I'm getting to know that Raleigh. I'm learning more about what Octurians. I thought they were saying Nocturian. It's Octurians. Hi, Wales. Good afternoon, Barry and Janice. In Queensland, Australia. Hi, Christine. So going back to getting into the meditations with Charles, he was teaching me earlier in the week about, or last 2 weeks, willingness. Why are you so willing to behave a certain way? And is it out of politeness or manners or honoring somebody else's wishes? And he's really been harping on it. So when I'm in meditation with him, I'm now on pins and needles. I better get in there and hear what he has to say. Oh, Barrett, hi. Welcome to Luminite. You did it. Barry just became a member. It pops up on the screen. It does all these really cool things. YouTube live stream is so different and fun. Cool breeze when I'm alone. What should I do? Hear or communicate them? Nirvana. Cool breeze are your spirit team. And when you get signs from your spirit team, you don't need to jump like a monkey and you don't need to do anything. If you feel like communicating, do sit back, say hi, Maitland. Maitland says the first thing to always do is to say hi and show some gratitude. That's enough. But when it comes to wanting to communicate, that's going to be up to you. You don't have to. Signs don't mean that you have to react a certain way. So back into the meditations. Gina, you've been up since 3. My goodness. A bit vintage. It's Corona Vacation Curls night when my daughter is going to wake up with major curly hair too. I haven't fixed it yet. I just made coffee and got in front of the camera, honestly. No, we used fabric to tie knots. We watched about 1,000 YouTube videos on how to have curly hair, and I don't know what to do with it. It's going to get some water on it if it doesn't slow down. Back to Charles. So the willingness, now that I'm anxious to get into the meditations because I know he's going to be putting this finger on something, I'm anxious. The anxious is nervous will I get it right, which is still the I want to please. But for me, I've been tapping and it's that I really want to grow more. And sometimes the books, the lectures, and the kind of the outside sources don't do it for me unless I'm having an experience. And meditations for me are having an experience. It feels more firsthand. And so partly my anxious is excited for learning. So I get in there on Wednesday. I'm probably meditating 4 times a week right now, which is down a little bit. And I went for a walk with Charles. This is what he does, which a friend of mine asked, is it Darwin? Because apparently that's what he looks like, but I haven't researched it. And when I ask him, he just shares with me that he's the universe. So that's great to hear that, right? Put your finger on that one. Janice Colley, I can't find the join button. So Janice, it's easiest to find when you're signed into your YouTube account, and then you go to Jamie Butler Medium on a computer, and underneath the header, it'll have a little join button, and you'll see it there. But if you're not signed into your account, like if you're just on your phone surfing YouTube, it doesn't pop up. And sometimes it's hard to find the button on your phone. If you're signed into your account and you go to Jamie Butler Medium, it might show up as perks, or you might have to go in to other links. We do have it posted up on the community thread. Good morning, Mary. Hi, Corey. That sounds healing. Oh, with Barrett. Raven, I was trying not to be upset because I couldn't sleep. Followed your advice from Maitland, and now 4 a.m. you're live. Woohoo! Yay, Raven. Yeah, I'm happy you're here, Nicole. So I got into the meditation probably on Wednesday, and we went for a walk. That's what he does. It's always tree covered, kind of gravelish. And he's like, pay attention to our footsteps. And so I just hear and hear footsteps on gravel, his and mine. He has a different gait. He's got a cane. He's got a limp on his left side. And I'm walking. I'm like, okay, it's kind of methodic. And it's getting me calm. And then sure enough, we reach the cliff. That's always our meditation. Has been for decades. We get to the cliff. And what do? I turn and I look at him. I go, are you going to push me? And he looks at me and he goes, no. He goes, why are you expecting that? Like, do you want me to push you? And I was like, no, I just know that you're going to challenge me. So I just wanted to know how it was going to show up. And he said, well, because you're bringing it up, that the willingness I'm talking to you about, why are you so willing to be agreeable and do and follow when you don't need to? When you don't need to, that is feeding the patterns, old patterns. And he says, I'm trying to show you how to, in a wake state, not resort to the old patterns by asking questions to yourself of, why am I willing to say yes? Why am I so quick to be, I've got that, I'll do that? Or why are you so willing to reject? Why are you so willing to give whatever answer it is? Why aren't you thinking about it more? Then he says, I want to know why now you are linking our cliff to this one moment when we've had thousands of memories of being on this cliff. And he was explaining to me that a memory, I had to write it down, is feeding part of the indoctrination that we have, or it feeds us in an entrainment way. When we recall the memory, which could be a recall, a mental recall, a muscle recall, an emotional recall. And I was like standing there going, damn, my head was just kind of feeling like it was falling apart. That's right. We do muscle recall, mental recall, emotional recall. Those are all our bodies. And he says, when I kept doing that, when we go to the cliff, and I'd say, are you going to push me now? I am calling this only one instance forward, and I am making an indoctrinated moment out of it. I'm making a pattern by only recalling that one. Gina, this is so funny. I've been watching you on Channeling Eric. Thank you so much, Kylie. It's 11:20 p.m. Oh, wow. Rob and Curran, thank you for showing up so late. Humans tend to remember bad memories over good memories. That's right, Shelley, because it's, as Charles was telling me, he says, you're trying to do this protective risk assessment, this, I want to be better. And I told him, why can't I connect? I told him, why can't I connect to my memories? I've got some really good ones. And he says, yes, but you bringing up that one moment at the cliff is not helping you in the now. It's not helping you be the better person, air quoted it. It's not helping you be able to stay present, to be able to receive what's coming at you now. He says, I know you seem a little nervous or anxious because you don't know what I'm about to present. He goes, but this is what I'm presenting, is that now when we come to the cliff, I don't want you to recall any of the mental, emotional, physical. So then I went off into a tangent because what good person wouldn't go off on a tangent? I'm kidding. It's not like a good or bad thing, but I did. I chewed them up and I said, my memories are important to me. My photographs, my looking at, my wedding or my moments of giving birth, my moments of being with my family. I guess my moments of opening my business, my sweet moments when I'm alone and I'm listening to nature, I recall these certain moments in my life, and they tend to be more outstanding, peaceful ones. I only have a few that are memories that like to surge up because maybe I didn't say the right thing, or I felt like I behaved like an ass when I could have done better. But I feel pretty good that I've worked through those and embraced them enough. And I said, I don't want to be one of those persons who is going to be this peaceful Zen. We talked about peaceful Zen Monday, where I thought being that peaceful, meaning there's no triggers, that there's no challenge, that there's no kind of call to action of life, that you're just in flow and in energy. And he was explaining that the joy is actually full of the challenge. It's full of experience, and it's full of these sparks and moments. So it's not like you're going to be bored or flat. So I said, okay. But now you're telling me don't pull up my memories, don't do my recalls. And he says, you can have your recalls. But he said the way he's linking it is bringing up your recalls when you're in a situation to help you prep for an answer. That's the part that he was against. He says, I know you believe that when you're in a new situation, you need to recall on what you've done in the past to know what to do in the current moment. But he's telling me no. And so, right, I feel like my shoulders have dropped. My arms are so long. I feel like my fingers are touching the ground. I'm like, what do you mean? He says, your experiences have definitely shaped how you're thinking, how you're feeling, and how you're showing up. But it's unnecessary to do recall. It's unnecessary to go to patterning, to indoctrinated beliefs, to know how to behave or react in any given moment. When you're in the present moment, you're acting from a very authentic and very genuine, real time spark. This real time, it's like channeling. It moves through you and you react. And at that time, whether your reaction, you judge it as good or bad, you are always your best version of yourself. So at that moment, there is no time to do recalls. So if I'm at the cliff and I'm in conversation and I'm present with Charles, he's educating me that I would not have time to do muscle recall, memory recall, emotional recall. I would not have time to think about old things that have happened because I am so ever present on all the levels and receiving and reacting from exactly who I am. And he said that, yes, I could hold on to the language. He gave me this nugget that I could keep, that I could hold on to the language that what I did before, pretending time is linear, what I did before is building who I am now. He was okay with that. But to say that I need to go through them or bring them up to help me assess what my reaction is going to be is completely unnecessary. That is old thinking. That is unnecessary. So there's my morning F it up for me, waking up with these curls in my hair and you don't need to have any more recalls to come up with an answer, and basically just giving permission for us to channel this light and this energy and stay present in every given moment. Whoo, dog. What do you think? Holland's like, I really need to hear that. Autocorrect sucks. Oh my God, Gina, that's so funny. Autocorrect stinks. This is the second time I've heard something like that. It's really cool. It says, Jamie, Shelley, staying present in the moment makes sense. It's hard sometimes. Jamie, how do you feel about Paul Selig's teachings? I've interviewed him a handful of times and talked to him, and I really like his work. I have not been a part of any of his teachings, but I do get his newsletter, and I have read one of his books. You guys are fun. Raven, very cool. Beck, thanks for sharing the wisdom. Dawn, do we have to pay to be seen? I'm not sure. This is from India. No, Dawn, you don't need to be paid to be seen. I did figure out last time I was here, the super chat is on. And at any time, if you want to donate, which is where it will go to the Center for Love and Light during this time, that you can donate funds, which will help the offices here in Atlanta, Georgia, stay open. See, CFLL. Oh, I have classes today, guys. Learn It Live. I can spell it. LearnItLive.com. This is our place where we're putting all of the Center for Love and Light's classes up. Today, I'm doing red root chakra, orange sacral, and yellow solar plexus. They are 30-minute, very short, just throw the information at you, lay it all out. And you got really nice handouts. I do handouts for every class so that you have it. And it's $10 a class. And of course, all of this on Learn It Live is going towards the rent overhead so that we can come out on this on top. So I don't have me membership number. I was supposed to get one. There's no membership number or password once you become a member. And in the community chat thread, you can find all your perks. You will be able to access the meditation and the channeled message for April, as well as the Q&A trance channel. Next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be doing our book club for Radical Acceptance, chapters 7 through the end of the book, which I think is 12. It's been a wonderful book to read with you guys. I did see that. What was that? I see you guys. I saw the spirit on the camera. I don't have any bugs here. And they are standing behind me. That was cool. Okay. No, that was, Dana says, is because of bad memories that I can't trust my mom, and this is making me sad. I feel you. There's times I am all in that as well. I have recall or memory of certain situations, and I think, what were they doing or thinking, and why? And then usually it's after I say the sentence that I'm, my growths are, and then I come up and I clean the paint. And I've taken great pride and joy in coming back and cleaning up my paint lines. I'm very humbled about it now, whereas before I'd be very pissed and upset and angry at myself for behaving that way or thinking that way or doing that way. But now the joy of apologizing and coming back and explaining myself and providing space for people to be different is more available to me. Again, I'm not 100% person, but it's more available to me, and it's giving me a happier life because of it. Paula, good afternoon from Sweden. I love the ghosties. Beautiful curls. Thanks. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you for being here. Linda, you saw the spirit too. That was a trip. Marie, have you heard of the channeler Braca, who channels the Pleiadians regular? No, I haven't. I'm writing it down. Who's that? How does it happen? Do you know of Stephen Huff and his radio? Yes, I do. I haven't listened to it, but I used to have a client who would come in and communicate to this part of the dimensional. And I think next week we're going to talk a lot about interdimensionals. I've met a new one. I'll describe them now, but I first want to say thank you so much to Raven, because up all night, gonna miss class a day. So here's a little love donation. Thank you so very much. I'm very, very grateful for the donation. Wendy, so humble just to catch you. Vlad, I'm a fortunate person to be able to work from home, but I miss all the great teaching you have during the day, but no worries, Bia will be there. They stay recorded. It's wonderful. You can go back and purchase the classes if you find it something that resonates with you. The only difference with the pre-record is that you announces that you're open to channel and opening the psychic abilities. It's more about receiving exclusive content that I'm not putting out there for anybody else. Or if I'm putting it out for other people, it's at a higher price point, and it comes in an easier package for you. But going to classes will definitely help you connect more to your psychic abilities and kind of what you want to be doing there. Do mediums have a need to seek out other mediums, says Barrett. Yes, I go to Laura Boone. Diana, thank you so much. This, oh, is that the coffee? Cheers! Yay! I have my good karma cup today. Thank you so much, Diana, for your donation. Wendy keeps freezing in Jamie's arms. Looks like she was in the middle of doing a robot. Oh my goodness. Amanda Ellis. I'll have to look at that. Everything you do resonates with me. I'm so happy. Awesome. I've got Stephen, I've got Brack, and I've got Amanda Ellis written down. Normally, I'm so busy that I don't read the books and I don't listen to the tapes or the movies or get online because I'm so heavily invested in them needing more time. So I donate it to Spirit rather than to my own personal research. So the whole Corona vacation has been fun doing this. Disclosure. I think it's going to roll out in phases. Rika wants to know when it's happening. And it's going to be, hi Mez from Australia. It's going to be partly this year, and then it's going to unfold, I think, over the next 2 years, which is pretty soon. The whole Corona virus has gotten us into a mindset that's really going to help us. He had me look into his eyes, and it was just the universe. I mean, when I asked who he was, he responded, I am the universe. So I fall into his eyes, and I meet a peach skin-toned color multidimensional being. The head is more bulbous. On the forehead, there's no hair. But the face isn't coming into a V. It's more square cheekbones and tiny chin. It's more square, but a bigger head. And the skin isn't smooth. The skin is textured like if you look closely on an orange, how it has the holes, or what are your pores, but it's a peach color, and there's a heavy brow, no hair, but just a ridge, and the cheekbones are prominent. The eyes are the almond shape, but they're not pointy or slanted. They're more almond across the face. And there was blinking, eyelid. What do we call those? Oh my God. When you blink, it's called an eyelid. Thanks. And there was a triangle shape on the forehead, and it was embedded into the skin. It wasn't like we're wearing hats or anything. It was inside, and it had a frosted blue periwinkle to lavender color, like a window treatment would have, and that there was a light behind it. So it's like you could see the light source inside or behind. I don't know if it was surgically embedded. I don't know if that's part of their culture or tradition, or they born with that. I don't know. Tell me, Lady Gaga, were they born that way? So that was my visit of consciousness on the planet. It will no longer be about money, status, or fame, to lack of money, poor status, no fame. It will be consciousness using these dimensional planes or vibrational energies, and then this type of consciousness on lower vibrational. Lower does not mean bad. We'll have more disclosure, we'll have more telepathic, we'll have a different style of life, we'll be inventing and creating and bringing back Tesla's inventions, 0-point energy. All of this will slowly start to develop and form, and because we're in the masses now, governments and other structures who like to have us in control aren't going to be able to shut us down like they have in the past. And so there is going to be a kind of government, I don't know how to say it, We'll spend another day talking about it. How's that? Don't need to talk about it now. Today is about why willingness and not calling forth memory, emotional, and muscle recall when we're in the now and choose to react authentically. Trying to find you guys. My teacher is Birkin Tor. I love him. He's wonderful. Guys, if you don't know him, please research him. I love how he puts his light and his humor, and he is just absolutely humble, but totally himself. And we've been in contact recently, so we're hoping to do a few more things together here in Atlanta. Kylie, I will definitely tell Eric you said hello, but because you've done it yourself, you know he's getting it. And he's laughing because it's Eric with a K, not a C. Aha! Oh. Amanda Ellis. Oh, yes, I've gotten it written down. Lotus 22, I was given your name in a dream. Do you think Monty wants me to get in touch with you? Oh, he was stolen from my house. How do I book a one-to-one? You can head over to my website at jamiebutlermedium.com. I have a new website now. You can check it out and just scroll down. And you can just click on one of the answers or the block that just says appointments. So it's very... Jamie, should Georgia and South Carolina be opening places early? Big debatable online. Big debate. Yes. Oh, cool. Amanda Ellis is connected to Metatron. The Georgia and South Carolina, absolutely. Here's where we get into how do you stay spiritually aligned and present. When we talk about judgments, no judgments, coming from a neutral reaction. From what I've heard and from what I've seen online, there are a lot of beautiful, very spiritual, uplifted places that are shaming other companies for opening. Shaming them. How could you put people's lives at risk? How could you? You need to stay shut. You need to, go to the cause. It's wonderful that you have a cause, but to place that cause on somebody else, you're going against everything else that you've taught, everything else that you live for. If somebody wants to open up their business, great. If somebody wants to keep it closed down, great. Do I personally agree with Kemp opening places up? I can see both sides of it, really. I believe that it is a true gift that these two states get to react the way that they want. Companies, now that they have permission, can choose on their own, but I'm not going to say it's neither good nor bad. I think this virus thing, we don't have all the information on it. I think there are a lot of us who've already had it and didn't react and are asymptomatic and feel great, who can give it to others. I think helping people through healthcare is, for me, a stronger call to action. Does that mean to keep the economy low pressed and potentially keep food off of people's tables and companies closing left and right that have been staples in our communities? I don't want to see that either. So I think having a mix of everything in moderation is feeling right to me. So when things were open, I didn't feel scared or overwhelmed, but I did feel like it was better, in my opinion, that we do have the choice to react with everything in moderation. But I'm a little amazed at watching people shame other companies publicly and deem themselves. And we teach all inclusivity. Here's your moment to really put it to the test. Here's your Corona challenge with your spirituality. Support everybody. How does it feel? So maybe all inclusivity is not your jam and you've got some really strong opinions. And if so, I can't, then I'm going to really look at myself and figure out why I can't. All inclusivity, right? That's a 100% statement. And I've already said several times, I'm not a 100% girl. I'll confess. I ebb and I flow. I'm really figuring this out too, but that's how it goes. Oh, Shelly, thank you for asking for the fam. They're doing great. Here, my kids are finally up and they're having breakfast. JPT, you did it! I am so excited you joined. Look, you've got the icons and everything. It's so much fun. The little ghosties are the emojis that I got to make myself, and I'm going to be making several more and posting them. They're so funny. Hi, Jamie. What is the pure white light experience I had where I experienced pure love? Oh, Don, that sounds like a gorgeous moment of enlightenment and being very present with source. And I love because often this doesn't happen in a deep meditation when you're like zenned out and ready for the present. It can happen, when you're in a chill mode, maybe getting something and this enlightenment comes to you and it can just take you down to your knees, humble you, and bring your heart up to the highest vibrations possible. It's pretty amazing. So that's the presence of all that is the connection to all the pure energy source. I'd like to know what kind of healings came from that. Pork plant closed this week here, had 3 cases reported in plant. Huge supplier, says Lydia. I know, this is all so difficult. Aloha, which is, my cat's name, Aloha. Jamie, general question, have you experienced any healing or anything positive from light language? And if so, can you share? Light language, is this a place? Because I'm unaware of it, or is it a technique or source? Let me know, Aloha. Preach. Yay, Luma Light, Linda Sullivan. I'm so happy to see you here. We'll get to see you in the book club next week. Same with Tammy Brown. Grab your radical acceptance, catch up with us. You can do audiobook. It's really nice. It's what I do. And we'll be gathering next Wednesday, 2:00 for our book club meeting. I love it so much. Supporting local businesses, especially yours. Thank you so much, Barrett. Thank you for your donation. That's really, really sweet. Honestly, it's every single penny is going to use. There's no taking to my own pocket. So I'm very grateful. Light language, look up Wendy Kennedy. Good morning. I'll look it up. Because you love Tara Brach. I love Tara Brach. Did you watch some of her YouTube clips? Ha. Mary Anderson, Raleigh was after me in the live chat and was hitting me big time with the heart love while I was ever channeled. Like, that's new. I'm doing a lot of new things lately. What's the word? Hummingbird, says Lori. Jamie, the healing we're seeing on the planet be a lesson we can continue after? Yes, please. And this has been amazing to witness. It has been so amazing to witness. It is going to continue to grow. The environmentalists, everybody now who's been preaching pollution and global warming now have their scientific proof in their pocket and now have a bigger platform to stand on. So factories are going to change, companies are going to change. But again, that's that separation of consciousness I was just talking about a moment ago, where some of us are going to raise up here and really identify that we've got to make changes to survive. And then others are going to say, I saw it, but we're fine. Let's just keep on going. And this is where we fall apart. Light language is a channeling higher energy, but it comes out like gibberish, ancient songs, and like in tongue. I have never had that. I have had holy blessings and hands-on healing. And I went into this big church and there was chanting and singing. The minister was up front and some people were falling over like flies. And I thought, I'm not going to fall over like a fly. That's so overreacting, right? I was really young, not really young. I was in college. And I had done my prayer, my energy work, and it wasn't all about energy. And I got up in line. I was going to go witness it. And when that man laid his hands on my head, I blacked out. I don't know what happened. I don't remember anything. I woke up on the ground. I don't know how long it was. It was insane. I mean, I hit the floor. They had somebody catching you, which was pretty cool. But I felt incredible afterwards. I probably didn't sleep for a whole week. I was high as a kite. I wish there was more of these spirit experiences out there and a little bit more openness to doing these things Thank you so much, Vlad, for your donation to the Center for Love and Light. Thank you very, very, very much. Yay! $10 goes a long way. Have a drink. I'm here just for a few more minutes. I'm going to go and catch up with before they go to work and get my act together for class today over at cfll.learnitlive. We have 3 chakra classes today. Each class is a $10 class. When we get through all the chakras, I'm going to do a free class on how to use the chakra chart, because a lot of you guys already have my chakra chart and ask a lot of questions on it. So we're just going to do like a big old class on it. What do you think about vaccinations? That's a very straightforward, simple question. And I have a hair in my mouth because obviously I have cats. There we go. Cat hair. It's not a good day unless you have cat hair in your mouth or dog hair, whatever animal you have. My view, my 2 cents on vaccinations, when we're talking about kids, I feel like we do better when the body can naturally build its immune system up to 2 years old. And then if there are immune shots that could help boost, then I would muscle test or look at each child and how they develop that. I think it needs to be a personal decision, your body, your reactions. But when we're talking about coronavirus we talk about corona vaccines. I'm a bit on the fence right now. Spirit keeps telling me there is no vaccine. And so when one comes out, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions on that, because is it a placebo? Is it something different? Is it, I don't know, but I won't be doing it. I don't normally do the flu shot either. I love you guys. Can you sense anything? Oh, hey, Beck. Oh, I'm not picking up anything about the cat. I was just tapping in today and sharing my crazy meditations, and my brain right now is off and kind of in the other room with my kids. Thank you so much, Olympia, for your donation. This is fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay! Everything is so helpful. You guys have been so wonderful and beautiful. Thank you for joining me this early morning to listen and share. And I hope some of Charles's personal challenging stabs at me are sitting with you, and maybe you can carry them forward in new ways or different ways. And you guys are beautiful all over the world. To Australia, New Zealand, Japan, all of you, have a beautiful and good night. To everybody in the UK and in Europe, happy afternoon. And to everybody kind of in the States, good morning. It's Friday. Let's make it a good one. Let's be present. Keep up the true morning talks, and love, Eric. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lori, for your donation. That was really wonderful. Yes, do remember, guys, it's not woo-woo. It's true. And at any time you're having a hard time, you can take my mantra. Olivia again, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. Remember this one. Deep breath, reassess, change your perspective. It's what I used to chant to myself, what I chant to my kids when they show up frustrated or when they feel like they're sideways on their head. Deep breath, reassess, change your perspective, because you're going to see things in a different light. We have so many different ways to view, see, and understand. Find one that works for you and be good with it. We're all good. Take care, everybody. I love the kisses. You guys are so wonderful. Bye.